Hey, what's up, y'all? What's happening? Y'all know what it is. Welcome to Fearless Perspectives, the podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Julia, and this is, of course, where you come to hear what common sense sounds like, or, just me just saying the shit that y'all think and don't want to say. But you know what I'm saying? Welcome. Thank y'all for tuning in to yet another episode. I am excited to talk to y'all today. We got some cool things to talk about. But yeah, I just want to say thank you again for those who have been tuning in and watching. Of course, as you know, I thank you for lending your listening and watch hours to this podcast and hear what I have to say. And and then those of you who engage, I appreciate you, like for real. But make sure y'all, like I always tell you at the end of the show, but at the beginning of the show, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, go to the Instagram page and follow the Instagram page at Fearless Perspectives Pod on Instagram. Go do that right now. Go follow right now, because that's where you're going to see all the clips and everything of the upcoming episodes and stuff like that. I'm not going to post those on my personal page. You know what I'm saying? That's for me. That's for me. Okay. But yeah, so just go to that page right now on Instagram and you'll be good. All right. But again, thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing to this channel, because I do want y'all to subscribe. I don't want y'all just to watch. I want y'all to subscribe. We need that. It all works together. All right. If you hear me, you hear me. All right. So that's needed. Support. It's just support. That's all it is. It ain't nothing to it. It's just support. All right. Let's just support one another and spread the word. But yeah, so I appreciate you, and I appreciate those who have been spreading the word and resharing and reposting. That all means a lot to a lot of us. Like, just a sidebar, like it's a lot of content creators out there, and we're just trying to get out there in different ways to reach a different audience, because you may not like, you know what I'm saying, what majority of my post or anything like that, which is why you on my page, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But you may not be interested in whatever I may be doing at that time. But like if I'm promoting a podcast, if you don't watch podcasts, just still share it like on your page, because on the strength of, hey, I rock with Julia, so I'm gonna go ahead and repost her podcast for those who may be on, my following that follow me or whatever. They may like podcast, or they may like what she has to say, or you know what I'm saying? You just never know. It's just support. It's free. It's free. It's free, because I would do the same. Like I said, I have a lot of friends that are content creators, the girls, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not into makeup and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But in the way that they dress, but I still support their stuff, because I'm like, I like what you do. I rock with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and reshare your stuff, because I do have a lot of, girly girls and the girls that follow me, that, you know what I'm saying, they like the makeup, they like the style tips, the fashion tips, the skincare, and all of that stuff. So like, yes, I'm gonna reshare that. This is my friend, and this is how, the information she gonna give y'all. So I just, it's just support. That's it. And there it is. So it all goes together. It all. So again, I go out, get off my soapbox, but thank y'all for tuning in for that. Thank y'all for your support. And but yeah, so we got a cool situation right now. I will say, because I know when by the time I post this and watch this, it's gonna be after the fact. But as of today, happy 420. Okay. Happy 420. Happy 420, guys. And also happy Resurrection Sunday. But yeah, it explains, I wanted to wear my frames today. So but yeah, happy 420, y'all. So listen, I hope you guys have really had a wonderful day and all that stuff. And are continuing to enjoy your day however you choose to enjoy your day. No judgment here. However you choose to enjoy yourself safely. And just have a good time, whatever you're doing. I know people went to church and got, dinner or brunch and stuff. I went to breakfast this morning, and sat at the bar and had a good breakfast, and while I talked to a friend, and then I came on home. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoyed my day. But but yeah, no. So I just really wanted to, just check in with y'all today, because I was just like, it's a good day, and we just gonna jump into some stuff. But yeah, thank y'all again for for tuning in. It's a good day. I promise y'all it is. But y'all know, before we go any further, y'all know what I always say: pour up and pull up. All right, y'all. So whatever y'all gonna drink on, pour up and pour up. Like you said, if you're gonna indulge in a cocktail or alcoholic beverage, wine, whatever, just make sure you do it responsibly. Don't, of course, listen to this while you're driving and then indulge. I do not suggest that you do that. I don't recommend you do that. But if you're at crib chilling, absolutely pour up. But again, it can always be anything from tea, water, coffee, whatever your drink of choice is. Today, I just got a little tequila sunrise. I don't know why I put it in. I wanted to use my mug today because I really like my mug. So I didn't want to put it in the glass. So cheers. Mm. Oh yeah, you was heavy on that tequila, girl. Anyway, y'all, listen, y'all. I was just thinking about the other day, like talking to a friend, and like I said, I love talking to my friends. Like I can never say it enough how, just good to have friends that you can have intellectual conversations with. And so we were talking about growth pretty much. And so I was just like acknowledging her growth and stuff. And y'all always hear me say that. Like, if you see your friend's growth, notice your friend's growth, acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. Like, yo, friend, that's growth. I see that because, shoot, I remember when we talked about this situation last time, you was ready, or you felt some kind of way about it. But like I acknowledge my friend's growth. And so I was talking to my friend actually on Friday, and we both gone through the whole relationship stuff with, separations and divorces and, and things like that. And then just, trying to enter into the dating, seeing if that's what we want to do, try to see what's out there. We don't know. Like we both are kind of like, do I want to? I'm a little bit more further ahead than she is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, do I kind of want to dab my big toe in it? I don't know. I don't know. But she's just like, nah, I don't want. And I get it because I was there too. But I was like, friend, it's going to, you'll get there in time. You'll get there in time with, somebody's going to come along that's going to, maybe change your mind on some things or, because it happens. But she was, talking about how, there was somebody who um said that they understood her situation, meaning that she was not interested in dating or talking to anyone. But they kind of got in their feelings and stopped talking to her. Then they came back around and stuff like that. It was like, I'm sorry, but I did like you, so I got my feelings because, da 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 da. Da, but we can be friends. So my friend was like, okay, cool, we can be friends, and so then after that, she said that after a while, like the more they start talking, then the more this person kept applying that pressure. And she kept saying, like, yo, I told you, like, I don't want to talk like on that level. I get it. Yes, you are attracted to me. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. But this is where I'm standing. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to date or anything like that. And so like she was mad about it at first because I remember her telling me about it. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of whack. Like people that do that, like, y'all stop doing stuff like that. If somebody say like you know, I'm not trying to date nobody. Let them be. Like they really mean that. It's not they're not trying to date you. They're just not trying to date anybody at all. Like seriously, don't take it personal. They're just not trying to date. They're just not in that space to date. And they're being mature and grown and honest and upfront and just telling you, I'm not ready to date. I don't want to date nobody because they're not emotionally available. Know that. Don't try to wear nobody down. That's real strange when y'all do that. Y'all try to wear somebody down like so anyway, so my friend was frustrated and she said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. She was like, because I really want to go off on her. But because I've told her over and over again. And I said, you have every right to go off on her because you have told her over and over again, like, chill. Like, I don't want, whatever. And so she was just like, and I said, you know what you're going to have to really do? I said, you're going to really have to set those boundaries. And I said, because now the ball is in your court because you have told her multiple times that you are not interested in dating. And she keeps making these, innuendos about like how y'all could be dating or what you could be doing if I was your girl. Like, I that. 'Cause that's like after a while, if I tell you I'm not interested in it and you keep doing that, that's a turn off for one. It's not even about, you know, I'm gonna put in energy, I'm gonna be intentional. No, it's showing me that you don't respect my boundaries. And that's what I told my friend. I said, it sounds like to me you're gonna have to set some boundaries because now the ball is in your court because you've given her chance after chance. You've told her multiple times, like, hey, I'm good, and she's still coming in a way that you just like and it's annoying you. I said, so now the ball is in your court. So you're gonna have to place that boundary and make her respect that. That means either not responding to her text, not answering her calls or anything like that, because no, you don't respect it at all. You because you're not respecting what I'm saying. You're not respecting my boundaries. You just gonna try to push your way into my girl. No, don't do that. So she was like, yo, I didn't think about that. And she was like, because, and then that moment, I was like, yo, that's growth for you. Because I was like, yo, you were ready to go off, or, I said, but now you're realizing, like, you got to realize that you got to set those boundaries. And she was just like, yeah, you're right. She was like, yeah, I'm better off doing that because I've already kind of started doing that because I'm like, I don't have to answer your call. I said, yes, that's growth, friend. Like, that was growth. Like, and she was like, oh, for real? Like, I was like, yes, that's growth because like we all had to get there and all of us are still trying to work on the growth. Like I not like for real. I applaud myself on my growth. I had to learn to give myself credit for the growth that I have. Like even in that, like I was telling her, I said, you're gonna have to pull back on it when she called. You might not have to answer, or you might not, you may have to call her back later. I don't care if you busy or not, but like just it ain't playing no game, but it's like, hey, like I said, because what it's going to do, and this is the growth that I have learned, what it's going to do is going to let you know or help you to realize, like, I really don't feel like talking to them. Like, I really don't want their energy. I really don't need their energy right now. Like, I've dealt with that. Like, I will always answer the phone for certain people, even if I didn't feel like talking. And then I get on the phone and I'd be like, see, this is why I didn't want to talk to them. And then it'll be like you get off the phone and you just like, bruh, I wasted so much time on this phone with them only for this person not listen to just basically overtalk the whole conversation. Didn't ask how I was doing, but just want to dump and do all of this. And I don't need that energy. And then once you stop answering those calls or those texts and being available, like you realize like, yo, I'm good. I don't need that energy. I'm cool. And I started realizing that stuff myself. And I was like, yo, sometimes I just look at my phone ring and just be like, oh, okay. Or be like those toddlers on YouTube when your phone ring, they swipe that stuff up. I swipe up. I don't care if I let you know I sent you the voicemail. I'm letting you know I'm not answering your call right now. I don't care who it is. Because I'm just like, I'm in control. And that took growth because I'm like, yo, I felt like I always had to answer the phone for everybody at all times when they call. Yeah, there are certain people I will answer the phone for if I'm in the middle of something just to make sure that they're okay. It just depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll answer the phone, hey, you good? Okay, what's up? Oh, I was just calling to see what you was doing. Okay, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna call you when I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Certain people get that from me. But I've learned that everybody, you know what I'm saying, should get that energy. If I don't even respond to the text to tell you that I'm busy, I'll get to you when I get back to you. And if I answer or if I call and reach out and you don't, then okay. Oh, well, I reached out. It took a lot of growth for me to get to that place. Like, cause I used to be like, yo, I called you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw you called earlier or answering right then and there. Like, no, I'm busy. Or I just don't want to talk. And I've learned a lot of times I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like that. And that's growth. So I've been giving myself a lot of credit for it because I'm like, yo, I've grown in a lot of situations. There's a lot of things that just don't bother me. Like the growth, I was telling my friend, I said, I had to recognize my own growth. Like because there was like certain situations that I've gone through, even you know what I'm saying, within the last 6 to 8 months. Like I'm like, yo, there's been a lot of growth because there's a lot of things that I'm like, yo, once you are able to sit down and really realize things, and once you're able to, as you heal, you realize so much shit, and you realize where shit come from. You'll be like, oh, child boy, that wasn't on me. Or that was me, Julia. You okay, yeah, you might want to work on that. And it's taught me to view so many things differently. I look at things differently. I feel things differently. I learned like what to give my energy to, and what's important to me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm the most important thing to myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love my family, I love my friends, but at the end of the day, I got to give myself everything that I'm looking for in whoever that's gonna come along the way and love on me and care for me. I gotta, again, I told y'all before, you gotta do that, give that to yourself. So when they come, all they do is compliment that. Anybody I'm talking to that comes along the way, when she meets me, she gonna know what it is. Oh, she real grown. She don't play behind her. She don't play about her. You know what I'm saying? She loves herself. Like she really don't need me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, give all of that to yourself. Like, I had to learn that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? I would talk to my therapist sometimes, and you know what I'm saying? It was just like, even through talking to her, like my growth, I would notice my growth. She would notice, and acknowledge my growth. And I'd be like, man, and like I said, my friends, some of my friends would be like, man, that's growth, friend. You know what that is? That's growth. I'll be like, it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of times, like while we're going through things, we don't even realize or recognize our own growth until, like I said, you have to have a certain type of situation that usually would kind of make you a little triggered or make you a little, anxious or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Until you get to that situation again, it comes up because it's gonna come up again. It's gonna come up again. I promise you, it's always gonna come up again. And at that time, that's where your true colors are shown. Are you able to? How do you respond to this? How is this gonna make you feel? How are you gonna allow that to make you feel? If you allow it to make you feel any kind of way. And my things, I'm like, I don't feel no type of way about none of that shit. Hurry up. Like, let's get this shit going. In the grave for good, please. Like, I'm just like, I know, please. Mm-mm. What's next for me? What's good for me? Yes, this is good for me. Something else is good for me. Yes, something else is right here, kind of in my face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And even this, like, I'll say this, like, as y'all know, I was like, yeah, I really, and it's true. I'm like, I'm not looking to date. I'm not looking to date. But I always said, I was like, okay, I will never close that door, because if something comes along the way, I'm going to assess it. And that's the crazy thing, because that's the realest shit that's going on. Like, I'll be like, yo, I'm assessing the situation. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm in a place where I have grown so much to know what to speak up on, like what to acknowledge, what to stand up on, what to expect, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much growth to where I'm just like, yo, at first I wasn't like ready, because I really wasn't ready to date. And I'm like I said, I'm not in a rush or nothing like that. It's no pressure for me to date, for me to be in a serious relationship or nothing like that. But I'm just like, yo, if it comes along, I'm gonna check it out. I wasn't expecting nothing. And I was just like, okay, well, we're here now. And I feel like, because before, after every relationship, you feel like, dang, am I good enough for a relationship? Is this what I should be doing? Because honestly, and this, if this is my life, I'm cool with me. I'm cool enough with me to know if it's not for me, it's not for me. Like I talked about before, you got to know if it's your season for love, if it's your season of love. Like, it may be a time for you, like I said, to focus on you, or to focus on other things that really need your attention, or that may need something, that you have to offer at that time. But a relationship may be a distraction for you, or a relationship may be, what I'm saying, or love may not be in the cards for you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it. and acknowledge it and be able to be okay with that, because it doesn't mean, I don't know, I don't think it means that you will never be ready for love, or that love will never come back around for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the dating pool is what it is. My God. Like, I get it. So everybody feels like they should be in a rush because they don't want to miss out on what may be good out there. But let me tell you something. Whatever is for you, it's going to find its way to you. Especially when you are like, you don't want nothing to do with it. Like, I don't know. That's just me. Whenever I'm not looking for something, it's usually when things come my way. And that's not even just about dating. That's just about just everything. Whenever I'm not looking for it, like, or expecting it, like, I know this is what I may want to do or want to have in the future, or, in the near future, or what but I'm like, okay, well, let me just focus on something else. Then boom. I'm like, yo, I did think about that, but I didn't think it was okay. So, all right, let's assess this. Let's see, how can I fit this thing into this other project that I'm working. You know what I'm saying? It works like that. So it's the same thing, kind of like, with dating. Like, when you put it out there, that's what you want, but you also, in the meantime, should be working on yourself, working on your growth, working on your healing, working on all of that. So then that way, once you get to a place, because you may not be ready to date right out the gate from something else, because there's some things that you really need to work on. And while you're working on those things, you are actually growing. And we don't even realize it. Like I said, I didn't realize my growth, or was able to recognize my growth, until either my friends acknowledged it, or I was in, a situation came up, and I'm like, man, that shit don't even bother me like that. Like, that shit, I don't care. Like, go ahead. And it's not I don't care, like I'm mad at the person. Like, I don't care. Like, sometimes I be telling people, I wish you could open my chest up to see how much I don't care. Like, look inside my soul and see, when I say I don't care about some shit, just see that there is nothing in there that will show you that I care. Like, because I just don't. And it's not like I'm a heartless person. It's just like, I don't care. It doesn't concern me to care. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I've just learned that, and I've learned that in my growth. There's just a lot I've had to learn in my healing and everything, that there are to what things I care about and what things I don't care about, and that comes, like I said, with your growth. I've learned that there are a lot of things that I just don't need to care about, because most of the things I do care about and need to care about pertains to me, pertains to all of me. So my healing, all of that, like my hands, like, so, like I said, I had this crazy inflammation situation going on, right? And so I'm doing much better, and except for, you know what I'm saying, on the back of my hands or whatever. So that's slowly going down, all right, whatever. But I'm like, yo, I had to focus on my healing physically and mentally. Yeah, I was already focusing on my healing mentally, because I was like, yo, I'm in the gym, I'm eating right, I'm putting weight on, doing whatever I need to do. And then I got sick out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? And then this shit developed or whatever. So now I'm like, because I'm confused. I've never dealt with anything where I don't have use of my limbs, y'all. Like, seriously, like, I've never experienced anything like that. And then having to deal with the shit by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a lot, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I literally had to tell God a lot of days, take me off that strong soldier list, because I didn't tell you to put me on there anyway. Like, seriously. Like, I was so, like, confused. I went through moments where I was angry with God. I went through moments where I questioned God, of course. Like, why me? What did I do to, end up with this kind of situation? Like, God, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a healthy person. Why, you know what I'm saying? But it taught me so many things. It taught me patience, because that was something that I realized I didn't have. I already knew I didn't have patience. Patience was not a virtue that I even desired. Like Hezekiah Walker said, patience is a virtue I desire. I didn't desire patience. I didn't. I was just like, yo, I don't have patience. And I would be honest and tell people, like, I don't have patience. And I wouldn't even lie and say, well, I'm working on it. I'm like, I don't have patience. I don't like waiting on people. I don't like, when I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Like, hey, I'm already dressed. Why are we still here? Why we, like, I don't have patience. I need to know, like when I was applying for jobs, like I need to apply for jobs and I need to know that I'm gonna hear from them and da 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 da. Da. And I know that ain't how that worked, but I needed patience. Like I needed to know, like I had prayed, and told God, I need a new job. I need this. I need, all of these things. God knew all of those things, but I didn't have the patience enough because I had my own timeline. Like I need this done by March. I need to be starting this by March and then this and then this and this and this and this and this. But God was like, nah, like January, boom, this stuff happened. And I'm like, even still then, I was like, God, this gonna throw this off. Long as this is gone by March. What we in? April? I'm still dealing with this stuff. But it's not as bad. I can still now I can, move my hands, use my limbs and stuff like that. But I was just like, God, like this need to be gone by, by March because I got stuff to do. I need to have a new job. You know what I'm saying? You already know I got to move. I need to be able to do this and this and this and this. I got the podcast stuff that I'm trying to do. And now this, like, it was just so many things. And so I just felt like I was really crumbling because I was like, I had so much growth, God. There was so much growth. But now what happened, bro? Like, so it was like, I was really frustrated. I was really frustrated. I was so frustrated. I was hurt. Yeah, my feelings were so hurt because I was just like all the growth that I've had, but I didn't know that there was more growth. There was more growth that needed to take place. Like I was just like, wow, because I was still focusing on all the things that I needed from God that I still need. But I was just like, I can't do it if I don't have use of hands. I can't focus on that. But then I realized God really wanted me to really focus on me totally. Yes, you still need these things, but focus on you totally. For real, look at yourself totally. And I started focusing on what helps me, what causes the inflammation, or what causes like a flare up, or you know what I'm saying, what would help. I started like having to turn really inwardly even the more. And I was just like, girl, whoa. After a while, I was just like, yo. And at that point, really, it went up times 10 because I was already at, hey, if this shit don't concern me, because I've already healed and after we're coming to some realizations of some shit and and having confirmations of the realizations of some shit, I healed. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm travel. Hey, yeah, let's wrap this up. Like, okay, we good. Let's wrap this up. Like, because I know how God favors me, first of all. But then so I was like, okay, cool. But then there was more growth that needed to take place. Like I said, I had to turn inwardly of, hey, really times 10. If this shit does not concern me, I'm not concerned about how anything affects anybody because guess what? I got to live for me. Everybody else lives for them, y'all. I want y'all to know that everybody lives for them. Once you realize people do whatever the hell is best for them because that's what it is, period. I tell people do what's best for you at the end of the day because you got to be okay with the decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? So people are going to always do what's best for them. So I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to love on me. I don't care. Like I told y'all, I don't care if you consider it cocky, arrogant, whatever. I tell people all the time, I'm a forever. I just told a young girl at the restaurant the other day, girl, pop your shit. I don't care. Don't be She was like, I'm self-conscious about it. And she was such a pretty girl. And she's just talking to us. And I was like, girl, I said, you look good. You are beautiful. Like, pop your shit. There ain't no reason for you to dim your light because, and she was like, oh my God, thank you. But I'm just big on that. Like, love on yourself. Do not dim your light or how you love yourself because you're afraid of how it's gonna make other people around you feel. Man, that shit, man. Like, love on yourself. It took a lot for me to get to this place. Like, I always knew, like, yes, I'm attractive. People be like, oh, you just fine. I get it. I look at myself every day in the mirror and be like, my parents did a good job. They did a very good job. They did. They did. But it's not even like I said, it's not even just my insides and my outsides match. They do. And they're even more, and I believe like you become even more beautiful once your insides are started to clean up really and totally and wholly. You become so beautiful. Your energy that you exude, all of that, like the growth that takes place, y'all. I really wish y'all understood how like beautiful that shit is. And then you could talk to other people and they can tell you about their growth and acknowledge. And then y'all realize, like one of my friends, we were just talking today, me and her, and we realized like we have the same type of growth. Like, yo, before like this growth took place, when it came down to feeling somebody or somebody, you like somebody, I would maybe shy away, or I would maybe move in the wrong direction or move too fast on this, or not, or hold back on my, or my boundaries or my standards or questions or whatever before. But now I've grown, and now that I've had growth that took place, now I've had a lot of insight or experiences in dating or experience in life. Hey, these are the questions I need to ask up front. These are the things I need to let you know up front. Hey, I can acknowledge like I like you, you like me. However, there's this, and this. However, there's no pressure. However, look, but we're still going to be intentional. Like you grow, because especially when you're dealing with somebody grown. First of all, let's talk about that. Oh, we grown people, grown people, like, and who are really grown. That's something else, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's something sexy to me. That is something real sexy to me. Grown? You grown? Real grown? Not just by your age. Mm. When you can sit and have those conversations and and hear each other's growth. Like I love hearing from different people, like their life experiences and the things that they dealt with and how they maneuvered through it or whatever, because I'm like, yo, okay, so yeah, we did kind of have the same kind of experiences in some way, in some aspects. Or I'm sitting back like, yo, so I'm not the only one that went through that. That's why I have this podcast. I'm like, yo, I'm talking to y'all about a lot of my life experiences of things that I've gone through, whether it's dating. We ain't touched on shit from, church life, growing up in a church, you know what I'm saying? Things that, family life, there's a lot of things I'm going to talk about, because there are things that I understand that I know I'm not the only one that has gone through. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I may have maneuvered through it, or if I am still working through some shit of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know, because some of y'all may be in the same place. That's why I tell y'all, engage, reach out to me. If there's some stuff you want me to talk about, we can talk about it and get it out there, because there are other people that are going through or have dealt with things that we all have dealt with or have experienced, not even just bad things, but just amazing things, triumphant things, things that, successful things that, hey, you may be trying to achieve or feel like, dang, I ain't gonna be able to achieve it. But then you see somebody else that has achieved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the podcast thing. I think it's cool. And you know what I'm saying? I've seen it be very successful for other people. I have seen that. I have seen how successful it has been for other people. So that motivates me to keep going. And but still to continue to be me. Continue and not try to be like them, but continue to be me. That's where y'all get it wrong at. Growth is realizing that you are good, as solid as hell as yourself. That's growth. Let me tell you something. Other people can influence things. Yeah, that's what they are. That's what they are there for. That's what they are, influencers. But you let them influence you to do what you do. But do what you do with the grace that you have on your life as yourself, as your true authentic self. Don't get out there and try to be them. Lord, I don't know. I've been seeing so many people doing so many things, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I can pull from that and just do it. Okay, I can just do it from my vibe, do it from my energy, because I like me. I ain't everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine, honey. But I like me. And you gotta like you. That's the thing. You gotta be cool with you enough to be able to want to show up as your true authentic self. That's growth, y'all. I ain't gonna. Oh, wait. That's some sexy growth. Hmm. Because guess what? Once you start showing up like that, they have no choice but to respect you for who you are and how you present who you are, who you truly are. Don't present no lie, no facade, because you got to keep that up, honey. I can't be no liar. It's hard to keep out. It's hard to keep up because you can be on forgot who you told what to, and you like no, no, that's growth. Growth is realizing, hey, I'm cool with me and I'm going to do what I need to do, what I know I've been graced to do, what I know that, God has maybe told me to do, or in this instance, in that situation, whatever God has told you to do or whatever. Like, yo, your growth is being able to be cool with who you are, not who you somebody you see on social media. I don't care if they're doing what you want to do or what you know to do. You ain't gotta be them. Don't be them. That's them. It's enough. It's already one of them, and it's only one of you. I'm just saying, unless you're not cool with who you are, then that's different. I get that. I see a lot of people. I've also followed a lot of people, like not, or muted their stories on social media, like especially on IG, of people who I can see they are still, they're not them true authentic. They're not their true authentic selves. They're one week they got something going on. It's just I don't be. And I know we all have different levels of growth and different levels of life and trying to figure ourselves out. But sometimes it just be cringe, you know what I'm saying? And I just be like, ugh, I hate that. It's like, or secondhand embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? So I just unfollow those people. I just be like, I hope you get it together. I really do. I hope you find yourself, because life is, and I'm not gonna say I found myself early on in life, because I didn't. I didn't. Shit, I didn't. And so I know I went through a lot of that. So I know that I did not find myself early on in life and become cool with who I was early on in life. I didn't. Golly, it takes a lot to get there. Like it takes a lot. It takes a lot of realization. It takes a lot of isolation. It takes a lot of isolation. Y'all don't understand. That's another thing. I had to realize I'm and have been still pretty isolated. And that's for a reason. And that's where I say that growth is amazing, because I'm realizing that even in the middle of everything that I've gone through, the isolation, all of that, just feeling alone sometimes, or feeling, especially like I said, going through all of this, that was the worst, because I'm like, yeah, I'm by myself. But I realized in those moments that I needed to get my relationship closer to God, even closer than I thought we already were. I realized I needed to, like I said, focus on myself. I needed to totally focus on myself. And I also realized, like, yo, then when I got my new job, I ain't had nobody to celebrate with. I went out with my neighbor. We went to go have some food. Cool, cool. But a lot of my friends, we still ain't celebrated because everybody's unavailable. And I realized something in that. Like we celebrate a podcast, I ain't celebrate the release of that. Because again, I was dealing with, all this stuff with my hands. So I'm like, but then I got the new job, still ain't celebrated that. And I'm like, I'm cool with it because I'm celebrating in my own way, first of all, because I'm going to celebrate myself. I do. I celebrate myself. I really do. And, but I'm like, I'm looking at all of this for a reason. It's all for a reason. It's not that they don't like me. Everything for a reason. Everything is for a reason. Isolation is for a reason. That was growth. I was like, y'all, I got you, God. You isolating me for some reason. There is some reason you isolating me in all of this, and still having me to do the things that you called me to do. I got you. I got you. I trust you in this. I trust you in this. I haven't felt lonely. Nah, hell nah. Hell nah. I have not felt lonely. No. I'm in solitude. Y'all got to know the difference between loneliness and solitude. I am enjoying solitude. I am. I enjoy solitude so much. I got to want you in my energy. I got to even want to have your energy on the phone. I enjoy my solitude, and that's growth. That's god dang growth, because I used to be like, dang, what am I gonna do by myself now? Like I've always enjoyed, like, I ain't gonna lie, everybody always know me. I liked living on my own. I enjoyed it. My ex was like, she thought I said one day, I thought that when we were together that I said I wish I lived by myself. I ain't say that shit. I said I enjoyed living by myself when I did, because of the peace and like the just my own ambiance. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different when you live with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to come together on things. But me, I'm just like, I know the ambiance I like. And I was just like, that's what I meant. I ain't say, I was like, girl, see, this is dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, that's not what I meant. I meant I just miss, my energy because it was just me as far as like the ambiance and how I loved, just chilling and enjoying my solitude. I enjoyed solitude. I do. I enjoy it now. Yeah, sometimes I do want to reach out to friends, and I know when I can reach out to friends and what friends I can reach out to when it's time to, hey, let's get out and about. And we pick up where we left off at. We get out where we are because we still talk in between that. I ain't that friend that just drop off and then pick up when I just want to do something with you. No, I'm not that friend. I don't even talk to friends like that no more. Mm-mm. But yeah, I just have like I was just like, I enjoy my solitude. I gotta want your energy. I gotta want to talk to you on my phone, interrupting my time in the evenings where I can be decompressing and catching up on my shows, or you know what I'm saying, or just reading, or just doing things I need to do around the house or whatever. Nah, I gotta want you in my space, whether it's virtually or physically, and that's growth, man. Telling you. I'm telling y'all, it's that's good. I like it. I really do like it. There's nothing like it. So, like I said, I learned in all of that, like what God was trying to get to me, what God was trying to show me, what God was trying to get out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, I don't care. I'm a crybaby. I can't even talk about how good God has been, like my relationship with God, where it is right now, too much without about tearing up. Like, oh my God. Like, and then God, y'all, let me tell y'all something. My God, like the job I got, the way it came through, the way it came through is crazy. So my job, my previous job, like I told y'all, they always gave me they asked to kiss every chance that they could. For the 5 years I worked there, it was the worst job I ever experienced mentally. It was the worst job I ever experienced mentally. And it was like we had a shift change because, like I said, I worked the early shift. They got rid of that, and so we had to choose, either 8 to 4:30 or 8:30 to 5 or 9:30 to 6. I never want to work 9:30 to 6, right? So my first two were in those, in like that order, 1, 2, 3, right? Yo, why I get the late shift, and then I was like, yo, what? But I already knew because I'm just throwing out there. I knew my section manager didn't like me. Never, no reason why. I don't understand why, but I was like, man, whatever. And so my manager was like, you can, you email me why you can't work or what you got going on, because they was like, you got to use the swap board. The swap board was trash. Everybody was trying to get rid of that piss ass shift, and the swap board, it wasn't a thing. It just really wasn't working. So I was just like, what can I do? Because I was like, I tried to do everything I could to move my stuff around in the evenings and stuff, and I was like, I couldn't. Sent that email to them. She was like, I got to send it to him. He got to send it to his manager, and they got to look at everything and blah, 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 blah. So I was just like, man, he ain't even going to approve it. And sure enough, no, he didn't approve it. Told me the Friday before, the following Monday, my new shift was supposed to start, which was the beginning of April, right? I'm like, bruh, so she's going to tell me just before my shift ended, I got off work that was my last day working till 3:30. She told me at 3:30, yeah, this is, they didn't approve it. They did. And I was just like, okay. Because I already knew in my mind, like, God, you gotta be getting ready to come through with this job that I interviewed for like some weeks ago, because I had a good feeling about it. Like, I had a really good feeling about it because they had actually called me the day before, um, to tell me or to ask me if I was still interested, because there was some, acquisitions going on and everything like that. And I was like, yeah. And so they were like, okay, well, you should be getting kind of a verbal offer, or maybe a verbal offer, but check your email, da 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 da. And so I wasn't expecting none of that for like another week or two, right? That was that Thursday. That Friday, she told me just before my shift ended that they didn't approve my stuff. And I was just like, I was mad. I was just like, "So I'm sick of this shit, man." I was like, because that's all they do. Like they trying to really, man, come on. Okay, I got you. I was like, you know what? I'm doing just what y'all tell us to do every day. Nothing more, no, nothing less. I was already kind of doing that anyway because I had mentally already just checked out of that job way long time ago. So I was just like, yep, that's it, man. That's it. That's all I'm getting. And then when, like I said, when she told me no, I was like, okay, well, I knew I was gonna get an offer from that job, but I just needed to make sure they was coming with the right salary because we don't move jobs for less money. Okay. And so I was just like, man, so I wasn't feeling like confident like that, but I was just like, because I was like, I need to know what they're gonna come with when it comes to salary. And so I was just like, all I could say was, okay. I was like, okay, all right, okay. And that was all I said. And I got off work at 3:30. I was getting ready to leave the house to go to the barbershop. Within an hour from 3:30, I left my house around 4:30, 4:35. They called me with the job offer. I wasn't expecting that. No kind of communication from them and for another week or two. And then, like I said, I wasn't sure like what their salary, was really coming with because, of the, everything that was going on. And I was just like, oh. Yeah, fuck y'all in this little late ass shift because I ain't about to do none of this shit. I did it for 2 weeks because I was like, let me get this check, this 2 week check or whatever. And then I gave my notice the day I quit. Like, nah, y'all can kiss my ass. Like, y'all figure this shit out. And I usually, I'm the type to give a job a 2 week notice, but lately, man, the way this economy and this job market is, these jobs and they letting you go and not give you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, y'all always gave me the short end of the stick every time y'all could. So I said these jobs, they don't care about y'all like that. They don't. They don't. Yeah, these companies can have good benefits. Your management can be good. You know what I'm saying? But the overall company itself, like at the top on down, like they don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, this dude, he didn't like me because I sent my email that morning. He had all day. And that's the thing. I knew what that dude was gonna do. He was gonna try to make me work all day and then tell me don't worry about it. I wasn't giving y'all to 6 o'clock on my damn last day for you to, man, y'all kiss my ass. That's where I was at. Like usually I'll be like, no, I don't know. Growth has been, yo, F them people. Look out for what's best for you. I sent that email, something came up. I need to leave at 1. I left at 1. Like y'all. Shit. Mm-mm. And didn't feel bad about it either. We'll handle it. You'll handle it either. We'll handle it now or whatever you want to do. Monday morning, I'll log in and say effective today. I'm not coming. But sure enough, they called me because my manager, she was out all week, right? And I kind of hated that because I was like, I would have called her and told her, you know what I'm saying, and let her know what was going on. But she was out. She was out of town. I don't bother nobody on their vacation because don't bother me. Shit. So I was just like, all right. So I sent the email to her and the team section manager. And again, he had it. That's why I say he was the one that was gonna try to make me work all day. No, sir. Fuck you thought. And I was just like, yo, I got a call from the assisting manager that was assisting my manager that day. He called my cell phone. I missed the call, so I was busy. So I called him when I was finished doing what I had to do, and he was just like, we got your email, because you're going to a competitor. Your resignation has to be effective immediate. Okay, that's fine. What you thought I was gonna say? No, no. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. Child, I'm already in these Atlanta streets. What are you talking about? Like, are you home? What's your computer number? I don't know. I'm not at home. I told you I had to leave. Because I did. I had to go take care of something. I was like, yo, I told you I had to leave. I'm not at home. Oh, okay. Well, did we'll send you some boxes to send your equipment back. Oh, I said, okay, that's cool. Or did you want to bring it in? I'm not making that drive. I'm not dropping shit off. No, send me some boxes so I can send the shit back. Fuck. That's what I'm saying. Growth. That's growth for me because I would have been like, yeah, I'll drive because I just want to be viewed as being nice or viewed as. And that's another thing that I realized, like in the whole situation of dating, of breaking up and dealing with people, friends, everybody, is that your growth, like the growth that I had. That was shit. Look, If I want something, if something is ended, or if something is, you know in your spirit and soul that something is not good for you, stop trying your best to try to be viewed as a good person. If they have shown you how they feel about you is not the same that you feel about them, handle them let that shit go. Handle them as such. Like I said, for me, a relationship, when a relationship ended, I was like, no, let's try to work it out. Let's try to, instead of just being like, yo, I know this probably ain't the person for me, and just being like, I'm cool with it. But I didn't, because I didn't want to be viewed as, oh, you didn't fight for this, and I've done that with a lot of relationships. Oh, Julie, you just don't fight for it. But I when I really say I don't care or I'm over it, first of all, it takes me a while to get there. It takes me a long time to get to that place of I don't care. I'm really over it, because I'm gonna give it chance after chance. That's just me. I have loyalty. My loyalty is sometimes it's to a fault. You know what I'm saying? But I will give it chance after chance, chance after chance, instead of just being like, no, this person doesn't view me or value me the same way I did them. So let me just be done with it, because no, because I wanted to be I didn't want to be viewed as, you didn't fight for it, you didn't care. When ultimately, no, I didn't care. And I didn't need to fight for it, or I didn't need to, try to stand up for it and make shit last forever. Nah. uh, That's growth. Realize it, like, so no, I wasn't driving that shit to from where I lived all the way into the city. No. Send me some boxes. I know they like, don't you don't want to burn your bridges. You don't know if you want to go. I would do like, God forbid I ever have to get that. But I don't. There's just like I said, for me, I don't have. It only takes me one time to touch a stove and know the stove is hot. I ain't gonna keep touching that thing and just doing that. I try to avoid that heat as much as I can, as much as possible. If I'm cooking, I'm protecting myself so I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get burned again. So no, I don't want to go back to that job. God forbid. I don't want to have to go back. And I think God knows that's not a healthy place for me. No. Mm-mm. I'm telling y'all, growth is standing up for your damn self. That's growth. No, I'm not doing that. No, I can't do that. No, I don't think I want to be seen with that. Or no, I don't want to go here with you. Or no, I'm not, no, can you just not call me? I'd rather us not talk. I don't think we should talk anymore. Or sometimes you ain't even gotta have a conversation. Sometimes, hey, look, let shit fall where it may, and you being cool with where shit fall. You being cool with it. Like I said, there's some people that I'm like, we were best of friends, we were cool, and we don't talk to this day, and I had to learn to be okay with it. I had to learn to be okay. Like, oh, okay, I view you more as my friend than you view me as your friend. Got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Shit, I have friends that I'd be like, I would have called and be like, friend, I got a new job. No, I know I told my family and my four close friends. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't need a big circle. But there were other friends in there that I usually would rock with and talk to, that I, would share good news with and things like that I just don't. And that's fine, and that's growth. I'm okay with it, because I'm like, you know what? All friendships are not meant to last forever or to be in every season, and that is okay. You do not. My growth also had to be. I know I keep talking about growth, but that's what we talking about. Like my situation has had me to learn that, you know what? You can't take everybody with you. Everybody is not going to be supportive or happy or excited about your growth or your success or your promotion, because first of all, a lot of them see what's on your life before you do. They know what's on your life, and they hoping you don't reach that potential. That shit is real. Or they only cool when you going through some drama. Like, I had to learn and realize which friends were like that. And I'm like, oh. So I only hear from you when all right, nah, I'm good. Or, you only want to come around when, okay. No, I'm good. Nah, we good. Don't worry about it. Cause then, you know what I'm saying? When we do talk, It's some of this stuff is not. I'm not picking up where we left off. It's not none of that shit. It's just we just talking, keeping things general. You been good? Yeah, I've been good. What you been up to? Work? Just working crazy? Yeah, like working like crazy. Yeah, man, that's wild. All right, then. And then and then some friends, I'm like, yo, where you been, bro? Like, talk to your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there are some friends for some friendships, I do miss that close connection with or whatever. But it's just different seasons in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I still love them. I don't hate them. It's just I love them. I love them from a distance. I just know that that's what our relationship is, and that's okay. And that's growth too. Like you don't hate them. You don't wish them any ill will. You wish them well and hope that they are enjoying life and doing the best and taking care of themselves. That's always my thing, and I don't be saying that in a shady way. You know what I'm saying? Or any, nothing, no underhanded way. I really do. I be like, yo, I hope they're taking care of themselves. I hope they're doing well. I hope they're enjoying life. I hope that this distance, that or whatever change in relationship that we have isn't because they're sick or you know what I'm saying, or they got a lot going or life is really weighing them down. I hope it's because they're in a different season of their life or and they're flourishing and because I may not be a part of their season and you got to be okay with that. Like people don't look at the reciprocal things of shit. Like you people may you always talk we always talk about well, they ain't supposed to be a part of my season. They ain't supposed to be in my life right now. Have you ever thought about you may not be supposed to be in somebody's season or life right now either? But then you get mad because they don't talk to you. You're like, damn. But that's self-awareness. That's that self-awareness. That's growth that a lot of people don't have. Golly, like y'all know yourself. Like get in there. I don't get offended like that no more when I don't hear from people. I be like, well, maybe they doing something that they may not think I'll approve of their life, and they just respect me enough to, or they just they're just in a different phase of life, a different season, and I ain't supposed to be there. That's fine. Shit, I wish them well. So y'all, whoever I ain't in, we ain't cool. I wish y'all well. I do. I do. I hope you are enjoying life. I hope you are growing. I hope life has become beautiful for you or life is beautiful for you. I hope you're flourishing on your jobs, whatever it is that you're doing in life. I really do. I really do. Shit, like what it's gonna do for me to wish ill on somebody? Baby, I know too much about reaping and sowing, baby. Look, I got enough shit I'm dealing with myself. I don't want no other problems. I said, I mind my business, honey. I drink my water. My skin is nice. I I drink my water, honey, and mind my business. Laugh and smile a whole lot. Mhm. And receive love and good and true whole love from those who truly love me, whether it's family, friends, anybody. Like I take that in. You know what I'm saying? I find the joy in that. Like I love it. Y'all, I just really like. I think I don't know. Life. That's all I'm saying is like life will teach you some shit, but you have to be able to realize that life is just teaching you some things for whatever is next in your life and where you're trying to go and where you're supposed to be going. You may not even know where you're going. You may not even have a clue that you're about to go anywhere. You may not. And so you're going to wonder like what is going on? That's me. I'm like, Lord, I know I said, you know, I'm ready for my life to change for the better. I'm ready. I wasn't expecting all of this. And because I had already told God that's what I wanted, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for life. Yeah, I'm tired of how I've been living. I'm tired of the same cycles. Like I know what you have for me, and I want what you have for me. I know you have good things for me. So God, I'm ready. God, I'm ready. I was like, all right, I hear you, and I know you real, and I know you ready. So let's go. I was like, wait, oh, hey, bruh, wait. But I was just like, okay, I'm holding on. Sometimes I was holding on with tears, like, okay, can we just, I mean, going through, like, but then there are some days I'm like, all right, bro, I see what you doing. I got you. You love me. You do. Okay, let's go. Then some days I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like, I'm telling you, like, it's a ride. It's a journey. Nothing is this. You flatline. This shit is this and this, peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. But it's all for the betterment of you. I promise you it is. And that's how I was able to get through and realize a lot of things like, yo, this is for the betterment of me. This is for the betterment of me. And I like it. I like who I see in the mirror. I do. I don't care. Y'all can get tired of me popping my shit. Change the channel. Unfollow. But you ain't going to unfollow because you so nosy. Uh-huh. I would be too, child. I would be too. Because it's good over here. It's good over here. Yes, it is. It's good over here. God is good. It's good over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, like, and it's not every day. It's not every day. It's not good. Shit, I woke up this morning. My hands were tight. I was like, golly, man, come on. But then, I worked it out. I'm good. So every day, but I take every day. I'm like, my growth is also, God, I thank you. I'm one day closer to my total healing and restoration. Because before I was like, I needed God. That's why I said God was teaching me patience. I'm like, I need you to heal this right now. I need it gone. I need everything gone right now, immediately. No, the doctor was like, yeah, you need a different medication. I'm like, no. But God, I'm like, God, you still working it out. But listen, y'all, I promise you, growth is going to happen. You have to allow it to happen. Please allow it to happen. It's going to hurt. It's going to be, it hurt. It hurts. You might be a little angry. You might be sad. But always realize, like, hey, you know what? This whole season or these peaks and valleys that I'm going through right now, like, as cliche it is, it's for the betterment of me. It is. So what is it that I need to learn? What is it that I need to remove and obtain or obtain or whatever? Mhm. I promise you, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Because it doesn't last forever. It doesn't. It doesn't tarry long, honey. It does not tarry long. So anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys have got something out of this. You know what I'm saying? I just really wanted to talk to y'all, and that was just something that was just on my heart to talk to y'all about, because we gotta acknowledge ourselves. We gotta acknowledge our own growth. Give yourself accolades, whatever, however you need to reward yourself or recognize yourself, do it. Set that standard for yourself. All right? Damn, if you don't hear nothing else I ever tell y'all, I'm gonna tell you, pop your shit, set the standard for yourself, love yourself, embrace your boundaries, have your boundaries, be truly authentically you. Like I'm gonna be, yeah, y'all gonna know it, but I'm gonna talk about that. But anyway, y'all, make sure you like and subscribe, comment and share, and get involved. Like, for real, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all for real know I love y'all. I love y'all so much. So make sure you follow my IG is down in the description below. My personal IG, this page is IG, my TikTok, all of that shit. Like I have a good time on social media. Like, I do. Social media is entertainment for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always laughing on there. Excuse me, having a good time. That's my comedic relief. That's where I go for, I don't be on there. I mute people too that I'm aware of politics and stuff like that, but I mute people that's all you post on your stories, because some days I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? So again, control what you allow in your ear gates and what you allow your eyes to see and things like that, because sometimes you don't need that energy that day. Control that. Control your day. Okay. So anyways, y'all, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tell a friend, share. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all forever. I really do. I love y'all for real too. So look, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe. All right. And support, because it's a movement. We're fearless. We're going to have these fearless perspectives and these conversations. But again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Tune in next week. We in here. Peace.